standing next to your mat, at the foot of your mat, doesn't really matter. Just find your space so you can center yourself in space. Just close your eyes, open up those toes, anchor them into the ground, engage your pelvic floor, and just feel that elongation through your spine, the posture that we're looking for, the space we want to create between those vertebrae, and then open up nice, broad, wide shoulders. Okay, so from the side view, lifting up nice and tall, little tilt and tuck here, lengthening the tailbone down to the heels. Let's roll the shoulders back on the inhale, nod the chin, and exhale, start that roll down. Hanging the head heavy, relax the arms, neck, shoulders, just drop into your spine. Disconnecting neck and shoulders, take a deep breath into the ribcage. And then exhale, connecting in that pelvic floor, start restacking up nice and tall. Again, inhale, rolling back. Exhale, nod the chin. Already hanging the head, stretching it out. Back of the neck is long. Take a wide breath into the ribs again. Softening those knees, draw pelvic floor into round and curl through your spine, getting that stretch. Let's do one more, standing tall. Inhale, wide. Nod the chin, exhale, start that roll down. Good, hanging heavy, just roll with the flow here. You want your roll downs to feel good. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, drawing in your belly, start bringing it back up all the way to the top. Good, good, good. I want you to open up your foot position nice and wide, slightly turning the toes out. Your knees are tracking in line with your second toe. I want you to go into that wide squat, open up those hips, right? And then when you exhale, stand, I really want you to squeeze the glutes. Wide V squat, inner thigh stretch, glute activation, squeeze. So breathe in and exhale. Make sure you're squeezing and tightening the glutes through the movement. Notice how you're pressing your weight into your feet. You're not rolling onto the inside or the outside of the feet and toes. Still emphasizing nice wide knees through the squat. Inhale, bend, exhale, stretch, squeeze the glutes. Don't leave them behind. Feel that you can fire into them. Make them nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Good. We're going for 10 more seconds. Warming up here. Maintaining your posture. Tucking in your belly. Good, we're going to some curtsy lunges. So you're going to step one foot behind, bend, step. I want you to try and get some weight back into that back leg. Don't dive forward. This knee in front is very important. How you're using it, how you're moving through this exercise, that it doesn't become strain on that front knee. Shift back. Maintain the posture. Adding in the little diagonal angles, which are important. You want to just be front, back, side, side. Good, keep going. We got 10 more seconds. Good. Bending as long as feels comfortable for you, for the knees, the body, depending what's going on. Alrighty, good, good, good. Find your balance now. You're going to sweep one leg up behind you, finding your fly balance. Standing legs got a micro bend in the knee. As you lift your leg, you have to drop your torso. Now just find that balance. Standing legs glute is working. Elevated legs glute is active. Squeeze that glute to lift the leg up. Lengthen out the back of your neck. Tuck in your navel. Watch that standing knee. Stabilize. Good. Let's try bend and stretch, standing knee. While maintaining balance. Arms are up to you. You want to open them up or keep them at your chest. Don't relax that back glute. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Good. Let's go to the other side. So it's kind of like a single leg deadlift position. You're hinging at the hips. You've got a flat back. And as you lower your torso, you sweep that back leg up behind you. As high as you can lift it up to you, but it doesn't matter where the leg is. It matters that your glute is active on that back leg. Standing legs, knees, got to be stable. We've got to be aware of that knee and control it. Find your balance before anything. And when you're feeling secure and balanced, steady, we're going to bend and stretch that standing leg. You've got to keep your eyes pinned on something. You've got to keep them focused. Targeting both glutes here. Very silent target, but very effective. 5, 4, squeeze back legs glutes. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Good, good, good. Well done. Basic abduction in standing position before you get down into more the technical movements. Find your balance, more or less fist distance apart. Draw up into your pelvic floor, elevating one foot. Okay, so both legs are straight, but from your hips, you elevate one hip up to shorten your leg, not by bending your knee, by moving through your pelvis and then release. Okay, nip the floor and up. So legs are got to stay straight. So often we do this type of movement without realizing, and we go into a lot of lower back work. This is connected to QL. As much as you can elevate the hip, I want you to also to be able to draw it down, back down, just feeling that movement through the pelvis. Okay, it's one of the planes and functions of movements that the pelvis does that we sort of neglect. So again, just keeping those leg lines nice and long and straight, trying to move the hip up, but also taking it back down, pushing foot into that mat. Good, and then standing side starts fatiguing first. Look at your upper body. You don't want to crunch to the side in order to create the movement. You can stay right up, and it's a lift from that hip. That's it. 2 more, and we do it on the other side. Right, straight into the other leg. Notice if it's easier or more challenging. Keep the body nice and tall. It's nice to stand on a little step if you've got a block or a step close by to do this exercise. But you don't have to, you can just do it on the normal ground. As long as you're getting that movement through pelvis, but push the foot back down. So as much as you feel you can create the lifting of the hip, you can also create the lengthening. So important to create the lengthening because we often have overworked deep lower back muscles. So simple movements like this that we don't really concentrate on doing can be hugely beneficial. There's often little niggles and tilts happening in the pelvis that's creating a little bit of pushing us off center, a little bit of misalignment going on. So these are really helpful in bringing back some balance. It's got 3 more, 2, and 1. Good, from the into abduction now, so balance on the other leg. Keep the foot hovering, you can have a micro bend in your standing leg. And just open the hip, okay? Don't collapse. Keep the engine running for that minute, throughout that minute. And we want to find the strength and mobility with your stable control to lift that leg as high as you can. Up. Standing knee has got to really stay stable. Tuck in your belly. You don't want to feel low back work. You want to get into your glutes. Remember, for any of these side exercises, you're in those two imaginary glass planes. So no forward, no back movement. Nearly there, come on, 3, 2, and on to other side. My balance was terrible there. Stay focused. Nice and steady on that standing leg, tucking the belly, come on. Let's make every movement count. Sometimes really grasping those fundamental basic movements can do wonders. Don't underestimate the simple stuff. But also want to thoroughly warm up the glutes as we get into all these exercises. I really hope you're going to feel some glute stiffness tomorrow, guys. Good. Keep swinging through abduction. You can feel standing legs really working also. Just next to that glute. Balance through abduction. Let's go. 2 more. 1 more. Step onto the other leg. A little bit more balance here. Swing the leg in front and open. So there's a little bit of mobility. We want a nice fluid motion through the hip, through the leg. But we also want that strength happening as you lift the leg up. Everybody thinks when you say core that it's just abdominals. It's not though. Front and back, this whole section. Pelvic floor, glutes, hips, low back. It's all core. Swing and lift. Come across the body with the balance and lift up. Alrighty, a few more, we go on to the other side. Standing leg is firing. Double whammy, both legs working. Onto the other side, let's go. Stronger glutes are going to help you perform better through everything. Through your exercise, through your activity, through your sport, through your functional movement, through just your sitting and walking, any pain, especially related to lower back. You'll find so often you may be dominating in your quads or your hamstrings and not really the glutes. So doing a program that's glute focused like this is so useful. Swing and lift. Stay focused. 15 seconds to go on the side. Come on. Good. One more. And shake it out. All right, before we get down to the mat, one more, just mobilizing hips, pick up the knees, circle, big circle, open, up and land. Keep moving, go 30 seconds aside. I want your knee lifting up nice and high. Connect pelvic floor with abdominals as you lift up, open. Really use glutes to get that high knee wide and land. Up, open. Good, straight onto the other side. Good, lift, open. As high as you can, as wide as you can. Strength, mobility with that range. Up and open. All around that hip socket, working here. Be surprised how heavy that leg gets after time. Lift up, open. One more. And shake it out. Well done. Alrighty. Let us go down onto our mats. 4-point kneeling. Alrighty. In this position, I want you in a nice neutral spine, so you've got a flat back. Shoulders stacked over your wrists. Hips over your knees. Okay? Don't hang, don't round. Just level it out. Open up your fingertips and notice when you're in a position like this, doing exercise on one side and then over to the other side. You don't want to lean and shift your whole body to one side, or bend and stop doing funny things. You're going to try and align and keep yourself as close to your center without having to change your position. Okay, so we're going to start with circles. Moving through the hip, I want you to imagine you've just placed a little tennis ball or a little lemon here in the back of your knee. In other words, you're holding it, and that knee angle needs to stay the same. You're not going to stretch the leg, you're not going to squash the lemon under your knee, okay? So holding it, keeping a 90-degree angle through that knee. We're going to move through the hip as we take the leg back and circle it round. Ready? 30 seconds each direction on one leg and then over to the other. Let's go. Knee back, lift it and circle. I need you to lift that knee and thigh, open it up, squeeze it around. Without having to bend your elbows, turn to the side and do some funny things. Big circles, lift the knee up, open the hip. One more, let's reverse direction. We go up, open. Big circle. Notice the difference in your strength in each direction. Lift up, open, circle. We're looking at the space between your thighs, the space between your knees. Up, open, circle. Stationary glute is also going to feel it. One more, big circle, open, and land it down. Good. Other side, straight into it. Knee back, lift, open the hip, bring it round. Maintain, bend 90 degrees. Try not to rotate the whole body to one side. Squaring yourself as close as you can to your center. Really trying to create more space between your thighs as you open the hips. Good. One more in reverse direction. We go. Open, lift, back, down, round. That's it. Keep going. Left circle. Remember, you're going to feel the fatigue feeling. It's going to mimic pain. But it doesn't mean you cannot continue. In case you're cramping, try your best. One more. Big circle. And land it down. Good, good, good. Let's go into the next one. Okay, so same position in all fours. Alrighty, we're going to extend the right leg. Maintain that square body. Squeeze the right glute to pick the leg up. Land the toes to hover and repeat. Really using the glute to open up that hip and to pick the leg up. I want you to dissociate and relax your hamstring. So it's just glute work as high as you can. If you're feeling the glute, don't rest that foot on the floor. You want to arch the spine to move through your hip. Keep that spine solidly steady. Good, and then just use that glute to pick that leg up. Squeeze and lift. Good, good, good. Keep going. Long leg growing out of that hip socket. 5 more seconds, and we go on to the other leg. Keep it in the glute, not the hamstring. And bring it in. Stretch the other side. Extend the left leg. Squeeze that glute and pick it up without having to arch the spine. Stay pressed away from your wrists so you don't feel jamming in those wrist joints. Keep your attention and awareness on that glute as you lift the leg up. You want it to fire as much as possible without twisting the hips to the side. Good. Keep going, keep going. Squeezing good to lift up. Be surprised how many of these we can really go until absolute failure. Really squeeze, find the strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Good. Going back onto the other side. If it feels heavy on the wrist, Don't worry about dropping down if you need to, okay? Back to the right leg, extend it long. From there, you're going to lift the leg up, you're going to open it to the right, lift it up and drop it down to the left. So you're creating a triangle position. Up and land, up and land. Using the glute to lift through the movement of left to right. Keep going. Try avoid using the spine to help move through this position. Okay, you don't want to have the spine moving. Up and open, up and land. Squeeze that glute, come on. 5, 4, 3, steady hips, and bring it in. Straight to the other side, extend that leg, lift it up, open land, lift and close. Good. Use the glutes, try not to swing those hips around. Keep them steady so that with a stable joint bone structure, we know we're using the muscles to create the movement around those joints. And maybe you feel it's easier to connect into one glute, but it doesn't mean you've got to work less. Up. Shoulders, guys, don't sink down, don't hang that head. Neck is an extension of the spine. Maintain your posture through the movement. Long arms pressing into the mat. Soft elbows with long arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. Good, good, good. Back onto right leg, okay? We're going to bend, we're going to extend to the diagonal. So not directly back behind, we're going at a slant. Bring it in, bend and extend. Okay, so a little reach to that diagonal. Think of that glute squeezing nice and tight. You don't feel lower back jam and ram here because you're finding the glute support. If you really squeeze that glute, when you lift that leg up to a diagonal, a slight diagonal causing rotation slightly in the lower back, you're not going to feel low back pain because you're supporting it with that glute activation. That's what we want to really start practicing in a lot of our movements. In with the knee and diagonally out to the side. A little tuck of the spine and lengthen, but no major spinal arch and extension and flexion. Just stable. Good, and bring it in. Other side. You go. Lift and extend. 5, 5, 5. Glute. Use the glute to extend that hip to reach diagonally across. Bring it in and stretch. Exhale. Tuck, lengthen. Be mindful that it's not about dunking into low spine. Keep using the glute or you will lose its load. Come on, 10 more seconds. Squeeze out that bum cheek, even if it means not lifting the leg as high. You want to feel the glute. One more, and bring it in. Lovely, lovely. Take it down to the mat, guys. Hands yourselves down in a prone position. Okay. In this position now, again, we want to practice feeling glutes and not lower back. So as always, tuck in pelvic floor and tilt pubic bone into your mat. Imagine laying on a little ice block. All right, grow that right leg long out of your hip socket. Squeeze the glutes to pick up a straight leg. So in this position, feel your hip bones connected to your mat. Feel that as you tuck in your belly and tilt your pubic bone into the mat, your hip bones pressure is level weighted on that mat. You don't want to feel that when you lift a leg, you drop into one hip and sink into the mat. You want to be able to lift your straight leg without losing your stable hips. Very important. Squeeze the glute, level hips, lift it up. 2 more. And onto the other leg. Roll that left leg long. Level hips, tucking pelvic floor, pubic bone in mat, and we lift it up. There's a slight little niggle of external rotation, so the toes are slightly turned out and the heel is slightly drawn in. Just slightly, but really squeeze that bum cheek. Don't use the hamstring. Feel that you can lift your leg to wherever your height is, but by keeping level hips weighted into the mat. And if you feel you're struggling to keep the hips level, don't lift so high. Lift to where you can find that glute, keeping equal pressure weighted through your hips and pelvis into the mat. Lift and lower, squeeze. 5 more seconds. Rest your forehead on your hands through the movement. And release it down. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to flex the foot. We're going to stretch out the hip, growing that leg and knee longer, that thigh longer. Still keeping equal weight of both hip bones in that. With a flexed foot, we lift that heel up. Squeeze the bum to do that. And lower, just to lift, don't collapse. Okay, so tuck, we lift. Again, imagine holding a little lemon the back of your knee so that knee angle doesn't change. The movement is coming from the hip joint. So important to tuck in your pelvic floor. So this is not a lower back strain exercise. So important to tuck in pelvic floor so you can find that glute activation. It doesn't matter how high you're lifting your thigh off the mat. It matters that you can use your glute to lift your knee and thigh off the mat. Stay centered. 2 more. 1 more. And lower that leg down into the other side. Flex the foot, roll the leg down. Tuck in pelvic floor and into a lift up. So just take a moment to feel it, to connect through your hips, to find the glute. Sometimes you want to open the legs too wide here and then we lose the inner thigh. You want to stay in your parallel lines, keeping your knee aligned with your hip. Find the glute. It may be easier on one side, maybe not, but promote the best balance through your movement as possible. We don't realize how much we are stronger in one side, even the glutes that we have probably not been paying much attention to. But this is true. Squeeze and lift up. We do 2 more. And bring it down. Good. Release it. Push back into quick rest position. Take a deep breath in. And then roll yourself back up onto hands and knees. We're going to go into side leg abduction now. So extending your right leg long, we're going to pick it up all the way here where it is horizontally in line with your hip and body. Don't twist the body to the side now. Just lengthen out that leg from that position. Still level neutral spine. We're going to lift the leg up. Exhale. Just little lifts. Don't worry about how high you're lifting. Worry about staying aligned here. Don't collapse into one side to pick your leg up. Flat spine. Find the little glute med. And minus working to lift your leg up here. Nip the floor and back up again. Straight. Not an easy exercise here, guys. Just do your best. Even if it's a hover and land. Little tiny hover and land. Lift the best you can. Good. 10 more seconds and we go to the inside. Spine stays level. Don't move that spine. 1 more. Up. And bring it in. Good. Onto the other side. Extend that leg long. Nice and horizontal. Keep like that. Don't twist to the side. And let's go. Lift. Again, noticing the difference on your side. Seeing that your hips are stacked above your knees. Exhale, lift. Keep pulling yourself to center, guys. You want to keep both hips pointing down as best you can. Lift, lift, and land. Good, good, good. Come on, nearly there. Keep breathing. Be mindful of those shoulders. Don't sink and collapse. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest and bring it in. Good. Little wiggle, wiggle. Okay, from there, we're going to balance. So extend right leg long. Squeeze the glute. Lift that leg up. Still keeping neutral pelvis. Don't go into an arch. Long line. When you're ready, opposite arm, left arm reaches up. Find your balance. Don't sink into the right shoulder. Press up. Keep your tummy tucked. We're going to round the spine now, drawing the navel in as you touch your opposite elbow and opposite knee. Inhale, you're going to lengthen. Don't go into the back work, okay, especially if there's lower back stories going on. Go into the glute work with the leg. Okay, if you want a little bit of upper back and there's no knees in the body, go for it. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Let's go. Find the balance. Find the full body integration here. But really squeeze that glute and don't dominate in your hamstring or your quad. Try and dissociate it, finding the glute. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Good. Keep moving. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Squeeze the glutes as you extend that hip. Go for one more. Find the balance. Pause. Squeeze that glute, lifting a little bit higher, and then slowly lower and bring it in. Staying square, stable in your planes. Extend your left leg. Use the glute to pick the leg up, not the hamstring. Tucking your navel, long line of spine, reaching the opposite arm up. When you're ready, balance and steady. Exhale, draw your navel, elbow to knee. Balance and lengthen, using the glute to extend the hip. If there's no middle spine, the upper back with a little bit of length through the spine. Exhale, tuck in. Inhale, reach. Be mindful of your left shoulder. Open up the fingertips of the left hand. Try not to sink and collapse into one side. Think of your center line. Keep your arm and leg just off your center line and let them join in the middle to touch. Good. 5 more seconds. And hold the balance, lengthen, squeeze the glute to lift the leg, and slowly bring it down to land. Good. Big cat-cow over here. Exhale, tucking the navel, round your lower spine, mid back, upper back, drop head, neck, shoulders, spread them apart. This is an exhale, empty it out. Inhale, reverse the curve, lift that tailbone, roll up through the spine, lift the chest rather than the chin. And one more, exhale, tuck in that tailbone, roll up through your spine, one verse at a time, drop the head, protract those shoulders, spread them apart, and lift up from that tailbone, rolling the spine into extension. Lift that breastbone up, open the collarbones, and exhale, release it. Okay. Oh wait, one more over here I want to do. Sorry. In a 4-point position. Okay. Let's extend one leg and just go into the plank position of holding that body. So squeeze the glute, hold yourself in position, and the other leg goes up. We're in the plank. You don't want lower back pain. Draw the navel in. Squeeze your glutes and press away from those arms. Good. Now, balancing. Right leg comes up. Squeeze the glute. Use the glute to kick the leg up 5 times higher. 5, 4. Squeeze that glute. 3, 2. And bring it down. Other side. Lift the leg, engage glute. Higher. Square hips. 5 times higher using glute. 5, 4, tight tummy. 3, 2, 1. Land it down. Bring the knees in and release. Okay, now we can move. Sorry, that's a little finale there. Okay, laying on your spine now. Flatten all gaps between mat and spine. Fist distance, your feet apart. Just going on to some spinal articulation, pelvic curls, and branching onto pelvic curls. So, reaching arms long, open up those collarbones, open up the toes, take a deep breath in here. Drawing your navel in, you're going to hollow out your core, tuck, and lift your pubic bone to roll up one vertebrae top. Make sure you've got no cushion under your hip here. Really find the glute connection to lift pubic bone up higher than your 2 hip bones. If you feel lower back, drop a bit lower, scoop a bit deeper. The more you tuck in, the more you scoop, the more glutes you're going to work. And then from that position, from holding that support, see if then you can lift that higher. Your ribs are connecting. You're not popping up those ribs. You're actually drawing them down and trying to get more scoop and tuck of using glutes to lift pubic bone up. Hold it there. Both the hips are level. And then use your exhale to roll down slowly, one vertebra at a time, dropping tailbone in neutral. Again, find that scoop, find that connection, drawing 6-pack right in. Exhale, rolling up. Pubic bone up to the ceiling, breathe in. And exhale, roll down slowly. Anchor the tailbone, breathe in. Tilt and tuck, exhale, pubic bone up. Level hips, glute work, glute work, glute work. Don't make it a hamstring jam. Find your glutes, even if you don't lift as high. Exhale, roll down. One more of these, breathe in, tuck, scoop. Roll it up. Good, now if you're struggling, drop a little bit lower, scoop a little bit deeper. Hold it where you comfortably can manage correct alignment and strength. With those level hips, you're going to lift one leg up to tabletop at a time. Hip stability is so important. Pubic bone higher than the 2 hip bones, so important. Let's go. Lifting with the heel, then the foot up to tabletop. We're not sinking the hip down. We remain level. Place down, other hip comes up. Inhale, exhale. So a little march. Lift that pubic bone. Find your glute strength. Find your glute support. Like I said, if you need to drop a little bit lower, scoop a little bit deeper to keep level hips through the movement, then that's what you got to do. 3, 2, 1. Land it down, scoop a little bit deeper, roll down slowly through the spine. Good, good, good. Tabletop right leg, extend it long, flex the foot. Exhale, bridge the hips up. We want level hips. You don't want to lift tilted hips. So both hip bones have got to lift up here, not only one. I know you're going to feel your hamstring, but I really want you to think of glutes by lifting that pubic bone, finding that scoop. 4 more. 1 more. And release, landing. Other side, neutral hips, tabletop. Extend the leg long, flex, breathe and prepare with level hips. Exhale, press them up. Equal strength. You're going to go to that hamstring, but I want you to think of the pubic bone lifting up, still higher than those 2 hips. Yes, we want to press the hips up and stretch the front of the hips. But the more you're concentrating on lifting and scooping pubic bone, the more glutes you're going to feel. Doesn't matter how high you lift. Keep it level, make it the same. Let's go, 4 more. One more, up we go. And Bring it down. Release it. Good, 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 good. Feet together, knees apart. So froggy position, the soles of the feet touching. Let your legs just relax, hips relax, open apart. I want you to try and do the pelvic curl in this position. So tuck and tilt pelvis, lift pubic bone. Exhale, roll the hips up as you press your toes and heels together. Keep lifting pubic bone. You're going to feel it's quite easy to sway. Control that. Don't sway. Lift the pubic bone higher than the two hip bones. Find your glutes. Little tiny pulses up. Still letting the knees relax wide as possible. All your tension is in your glutes, all right? Squeeze those glutes as you lift up. Try not to do the knees lifting up and down. Think of pubic bone because we want to get into glute fire. We go 10 more. Tiny movement, a lot of fire. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the hips up there, squeeze. And then roll down slowly, slowly through the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Neutral pelvis. Join the legs together. Place your ankle onto your opposite knee. Lift up. Interlace your fingers underneath your bent knee and thigh and just stretch into that glute. You can do some circles of the ankles here, some rotations. Press in, open up that thigh. Good, and let's change legs. Ankle to knee, draw it up. Good. Rotate through the ankles. Give them some stretch. Move through your toes. Wiggle them. Wake them all up. Good. And gently release. Let's go into the pretzel. So you're going to wrap your thigh over your thigh. Okay, inner thigh to inner thigh. Pick the legs up and try to grab your shins or your toes. Okay, I want you to pull and cross your legs to keep closing the gap between your inner thighs. Pulling your feet to east and west as you draw your knees up to your chin. Slightly different glute stretch. Make sure you're not crossing your shins, but crossing your thighs, inner thigh to inner thigh. Okay, changing legs. Lift, hook, swing around. And see the difference. Start with those shins. See if you can wiggle to the feet, to the toes. And then keep closing gap of inner thigh. Just do this one as best you can wherever you're at. Okay, it's quite a deep stretch. And it may look a little bit different. But you can feel it. And you're trying to close the gap between your inner thighs as you draw your knees up to your chest. Good. And then release it. You're going to swing yourself all the way up. And just open up those inner thighs, feet together. Lift your chest as you press the opening to those hips. Try lift your chest in a flat back and then use your elbows here onto your shins as you grab your feet to get a little bit deeper stretch. Push your elbows into your shins and get your chest and body more forward, up and over those legs. Hold it there. We're going to go into a bit of side work now. In the kneeling position on the side, it's super tough, super advanced, so just do the best you can. All right, let's release. Onto your knees. From here, we're going to place one hand down in line with your hip, landing on the mat, extending the other leg long. You know this, guys. You know this move. Come on, we need to do this one regularly. This is like an everyday exercise. Body in a long straight line. Look at your mat. Use your mat to help keep you positioned in alignment. Imagine those imaginary glass planes in the front and back of you. Okay, hand can be on hip. Be mindful of what you're doing in this wrist. If you're hanging in the knuckles, if you're in the wrist, if you're in the fist, okay? It's not incorrect which position you go, but don't strain which position you go into. If you are in a fist, be mindful of your wrists, okay, with your weight on there. So, long leg, lengthen, we're going to lift it up and down. I don't want you to collapse that foot on the mat. Lift and let's lift back. This foot's going to want to slide in. Take it back as best you can. Hip on top of the knee here as best you can. You don't want to be slanting your whole body. Even if it means you're only lifting your foot that high. Okay, you're going to feel the work. Up as best you can. Be mindful of your neck and shoulders here. If it feels a bit strenuous in the neck, hang your head into a stretch. Lift the floor and back up without leaning the body forward. Your leg is in line with your torso. Let's go. 2 more. Last one. Keep that leg up. And bring it in. Straight into the other side. Hand lands in line with leg. Extend. Ready. We lift up. So kneecap is facing forward. Not turning the toes and the kneecap up. It changes the way you're working into the glute. Yes, you can lift your leg higher if you externally rotate, but you won't be working the muscles that help abduct your hip in this plane if you externally rotate. So we want you to get stronger in all planes, in all directions, but we're not going to only go into one way unconsciously without thinking about it. So keep your knee and toes tracking forward as high as you can. Four more. 2, 1. Woo! Bring it in. Okay, it's not done. Stay strong. Other side. Back into it. Long leg. Okay. We lift up. Triangle. Front of mat. Up. Back of mat. Up. Front. Lift. Back. Lift. Forward. Lift. Back. So again, it's a half circle or a triangle. Nice and sharp. Up and down. Highest through center, drop behind. Highest through center, drop in front. Not easy. Stationary glutes is working as well. But be mindful of the shape you're creating through your leg because it affects how you're working into that glute. It's important, even though it's fatiguing and it's not easy, stay strong. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. Bring it in. But we've got 2 sides. In line, those glass planes. Ready. We go up, forward, up, behind. And it may not be the same on your sides. This side feels different for me in terms of the burn, but it's not necessarily easier. Just give it your best. Try not to go into other areas of the body. Stay stable and steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, 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 good. On to the other side. Hands in line with hip. Extend that leg. Okay. We're going to bend the knee and open. So we don't extend it. Keep it bent. We lift up knee and thigh. So bent abduction. So now we're saying, can you lift the knee as high as possible? Don't lift the knee and leave the foot down there, or the foot up there and knee down there. I want the knee and foot lifted together. Okay, slightly different. Keep that wrist under that shoulder. Be mindful of your elbow joint. Stationary glute working hard. Nice high knee. Open through hips. Open through hips, being able to pick the foot up just as high. Good, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, stay with me, stay with me. In position, align, let's go. Straight into it. Correct yourself. It may feel different. It helps to check in, look or see through a mirror that you're remaining aligned and level. It's where your awareness within your body is so important, because you don't have me at home with you being able to say, okay, knee a little bit back, foot a little bit higher. So you have to really concentrate on my cueing, but also on your awareness through your body and how you're moving it, or by assistance with looking in the mirror. But you sometimes don't have a mirror. You want to train yourself to be able to feel and know these things without the help and support of the mirror. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Lovely, lovely. All right, let's lay down onto our sides. Full side body, so all the way back down. Palm facing up. Find that balance square on your hip. You're going to bend the bottom leg up into tabletop. Knee in line with hip, okay? Don't roll onto chest, stay on your side. Bottom leg. We're going to lift it up. Forward and back kick. Okay. Forward, flex that foot. Back, point the toes, squeeze that glute. So I want you to swing through your hip without having to rock your upper body forward and backwards too much, without rolling onto your sides. The legs not hanging there. Lift it up in line with the hip. Flex, hammy stretch, glutes activation, point behind. Swing with stability and control. This bent leg is your stabilizer. Flex that foot. Point. You're moving through your ankle joints as well. 10 more seconds here. Now keep the foot in front here, straight leg. You know this one, guys. Those of you that moved to be in the studio, relax that foot. Just relax the foot. Little drops. It's a ragdoll foot. Ragdoll foot. Up and down. Little drops and beats. Crossing. Long leg. Relax the foot. Disconnect it. It's a floppy foot. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, and release. Bring it in. Nice. Well done. Let's go on to the other side. Swing your body around. Palm facing up. Nice long line, straight body. When you're in position, bend the bottom leg to tabletop. Bend 90. Okay, staying on your side. Lift the leg up. Flex foot forward kick. Point back kick. Exhale. Inhale. Bringing leg forward, going to a bit of hamstring stretch. Back, squeeze the glute, no low back tension. Staying stable, don't collapse. Move through that hip without dropping the leg. Keep breathing, come on. Flex, point. 5 seconds and we're going to drops. Good, bring that leg forward, keep it there. Just relax the foot, dissociate the foot, ragdoll foot, long straight leg. Little drops, pulse and beat. Really get that floppy foot, guys, and you're going to feel that glute working through the movement. Don't put the tension in the foot. A little pulses, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it. Nice. Well done, well done. Squaring yourself is going to a lovely glute stretch there. So bringing one knee in front of you, hips are square, don't collapse onto one cheek. Square yourself, and if that's your stretch, great, hold it there. You can open up the foot angle a little bit and still maintain square hips, great. Stretch that leg behind you, lift your chest, breathe in. Exhale, melt it down slowly. And find your stretch. Try to relax that hip. Good. Be mindful of not collapsing onto one side here. Good. Slowly lift yourself up. Take a deep breath in. And then drop to your forearm. Lifting your side left arm up and over, leaning to the front leg. So if your right leg is in front, you're leaning to the right side. Deep breath in, roll it around center, lift yourself up and change legs. Square the hips, don't collapse onto one side. Lengthen the leg behind you. Open up foot angle if you can. If you need a little bit deeper stretch, breathe in, pick up the breast bone. Exhale, melt along the spine. Up and out of those hips into a position that you can hold. Feeling that stretch, just breathe. Again, notice the differences on your sides. Good, and slowly lifting yourself back up. Deep breath. Drop onto the forearm or the side of the front leg and release the other arm up and over into a long side body stretch. Let your head drop. Take a deep breath in as you reach and then roll it round. And bring it in. I want you to sit in a cross-legged position. Okay, when you're comfortable, if you want to sit up on a cushion or a little block, you can. Inhale, lift up your spine nice and tall. Exhale, melt the tummy and chest down all the way as low as you can and hold it there. Take a deep breath in and roll yourself up. Change the legs. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, melt it down. And release the stretch. Deep breath and roll it up. One more, we're going to go into the cross. So step that foot onto the side of the thigh. Okay? Opposite arm, lift it up to that elbow, opposite elbow touches knee. Pick the spine up and then rotate the spine. As you twist the spine, that elbow pushes the knee back. So you get a lovely twist through your glute stretch. Breathing in, looking over the other shoulder. Find the glute stretch through your spine twist. And gently release. Let's go to the other side. Leg up and over, foot next to that thigh and knee. Pick up the spine, elbow to knee, assisting you, hand to floor. Pick up your spine, then twist the spine and flat back as elbow pushes knee behind you. Look over your shoulder, nice and tall, and breathe. Find the glute stretch. And gently release it. Well done, everybody. Hope those glutes are feeling it. Do a couple more stretches if you need to, and then tomorrow as well. And then we'll see you for the rest of the week. Have a lovely public holiday, and thank you so much for joining us. Drink water.